Okay. Um, so I played a few games yesterday, and I think I lost every game I played. No, like there was one that I won, but my opponent just like it wasn't like a real. It didn't feel like a real win. Um, yeah, I won a rapid game and lost to classical. Okay, so I'm gonna be ignoring the rapid game and looking at these two that I lost. Um, I did already look at these briefly with the engine and stuff, but I'm gonna turn that off right now. The thing is that like I think with these games I didn't have I definitely blundered quite a few times, but it was mostly like let me open my document too. That's gonna freeze up. Um I definitely blundered multiple times, but like I think I can't remember both of these games or at least one of these games was very even until the blunder happened. And and I'm not especially concerned about like let's say here's what I wrote. I'm sure I didn't analyze all my games, but I think I forgot to write stuff down for some of it. We'll just pick up here anyway. But like this level of analysis, I think isn't going to be necessary for these games because like I was actually making a lot of errors early on, and in this one, like the end, I remember the engine didn't really have much issue with what I was doing, but I want to find the critical. I just want to try to go through it without the engine anyway, and just talk through it and make sure I learn from all my games. His stride was up. Don't know if I've spoken to you before. So they do a queen. Oh yeah, so this is the game where I played my Nimzo Indian that I don't really know how to do. If my opponent plays d4, I'm going to do a Nimzo Indian. I'm eventually going to actually learn that opening, but I haven't yet. I just don't want to like end up with these Queen's Gambit lines very often where the opponent always knows what's up. So just give me. I basically just want to get to a middle game that isn't like full of traps at the moment when they play d4. So like this is just weird. I think when they did this, I feel like it's going pretty good. Like I do think I'm progressing. It's just hard to feel it sometimes. Like basically, I'm so bad that like anything I do is big improvement, and it's gonna take a while before that all comes together, and I'm okay with that. Like I've just been really enjoying playing it, so it and studying and stuff. So like I'm happy with it, even if I'm not feeling like I'm winning a lot or whatever. So here, I mean, I don't really know. Like I don't want to overanalyze these opening theory moves really too much because like there is opening principles and stuff to consider, but um like what am I supposed to, I could have gone here maybe. Like let me think about that. If I had gone here and they took, I could take back. And that seems maybe better for me. But I think my fear is like if I go here and then they go like where would they go to defend that properly though? I don't know. I'll write that down. I'll write that down. And I know this seems really like tedious, by the way. Where okay. Um but I realize like this is what you have to do. I've been listening to a lot of interviews with people who got good in their like mid 20s, mid 30s, even later. And this is like you have to analyze your games or you're not learning anything, and this is just part of it. Like you can't just play like in a fighting game. You can kind of just play. Although I do think if I go back to fighting games at some point, I'm gonna like this gave me a lot of ideas about how to get better at a fighting game by trying to play chess. Like I think going back and actually analyzing your fighting game matches would be super helpful. So anyway, so yeah, maybe d4. I don't know. I didn't. I just went ahead and like went with the Nimzo thing anyway, which I is what I'm doing here. So they block with their knight, and I don't take this immediately because there's no immediate threat to me. Like this is pinned, and they're not attacking my bishop, so I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to take until I have to. I decided to castle here. I wasn't really sure. Like this moving a knight out felt good, but I remember in the moment I said like, oh well, Morphe ideas like get these out ASAP and castle and then do other stuff. And so that's what I did. And I'm not gonna overthink that too much. So now they are forcing the issue. So I do take they take back, yeah. So now I do play d4. I've got the other pawn up and stuff, so this feels stronger. I did block my bishop though. I mean, I guess this blocked the bishop anyway, right? So I don't think there was much to read on there. This I remember I was on the fence here. Like maybe the knight move would have been better. Like I'll write that down. Knight. I'm trying to visualize the board here. Knight f3. Oh, I'm black. Fuck. Knight c6. Yeah. d5. Was it d5? Yeah, it was d5. Okay. I'm trying not to focus too hard on these early moves. There's like a critical point where I blunder, and that's where I really want to look at more. But I think it's helpful to do this. Yeah, I mean, my opponent has kind of like not developed anything. They've just moved a bunch of pawns around. This should just be like a free win, which it's frustrating that that I can't. Like my opponent basically walked themselves into the corner in fighting game terms, and I couldn't leverage it. Um, I remember I really wanted to go here. That just looks really good. Do I do it? Oh, I remember it was like I was worried that they were going to go here, so I moved my knight here to prevent it. Yeah, that's why I did that. But I also remember here, this is one I looked at with the engine, by the way. I moved here to prevent this, but why not here? Like, this just seems better. I just didn't think about it in the game. Okay, so they go here, which prevents this now. Well, yeah, it does. Okay, so then I move the rook over because I'm trying to get more attackers on like what is it exactly? I remember I'm trying to get control of this square, I think is the idea. And they only have one thing hitting it. I have one, but if I can push this pawn, it will be good. Is what I was thinking. So they castle. Also, I think actually with this move, I didn't know what to do. And I started wasting too much time, and I was like, you know what, let's just do this. That was part of my consideration, but also like their king is here, so I did it. And yeah, it looks like I do follow through on that idea. Take, 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 take. So that is just a net win. Wait, they got a pawn. I got a pawn, so it's even. They get a knight. I get a knight. Okay, it's even, but I remember thinking like, okay, this is better for me. Like my rook is out. This just looks like a better position for me, and I think it is. Um, all right, what am I gonna do here? I think we're getting close to the point where I blunder. Yeah, we are. So I'm trying to think like I'm trying to do this move again, but not blunder it. So a big way that I blundered is I think I ended up taking this pawn, which looks like it's good, but what happens is if you take this pawn, they can sack their bishop to get a check, and then you lose your queen because my queen is undefended. So with that in mind, this is not a good move. Um, my queen is actually like stuck a little bit. It doesn't really have a good spot to go to. Um, but knowing that this threat exists, I remember thinking to myself, I was worried they were going to do this, which is why I did this, thinking like, well, at least I'll kick the bishop off that square. But yeah, I was like, if I do this, well, then they won't be able to go here because they'll lose their bishop if they do it. So I mean, logically, it was pretty sound. Let me make sure that is what I did, by the way. Of course, my opponent didn't. They didn't see the. And then I was like, well, I don't want to. I don't actually want to trade, so I did that. But let me. I want to find an actual good move here to make. So I could. Like if they take here, it's good for me. Like I want them to take. I don't really want them to, but if they do, it's like reasonably fine. Probably I want to move my bishop or my queen. Well, I saw it because the engine showed it to me when I did look at this with the engine once, but I remember, like I at least remember that I can like but yeah, I'm trying to review that so that I like won't miss that again. Just knowing like there's very few pieces on this file. I have to be really careful. And do they have a check? Yes, they do. And but yeah, I didn't see it in the game, and my opponent didn't see it either. So, but I'm trying to figure out what is the good move I can make here that's actually solid because I think I'm in a winning position here, and this to me is like the critical, probably the critical moment. Let me. Um, let's see. They have this is defended. I'm gonna look for weaknesses real quick. This is defended. This is defended. This pawn, I don't know how to do it for a different color. This pawn might be weak. I don't really see how I can target it. Hmm. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I just don't see a good move. I'm gonna keep looking though. Like this is the idea of the analysis is that like I have unlimited time to calculate or whatever, and I should practice doing that from real positions that I end up in. I remember consider. Was I considering this move for some reason? I think I was. Like, I remember thinking it's a somewhat forcing move. The trade is like probably okay for me considering my development is better. Let me see. So if I go here, they I mean, they don't have to trade, but they probably want to. If I go here, they could. What if they could take? What if they took this pawn? What would happen? That would just be good for me. I would just take it back. Or, hmm. Okay, let's see. Bishop here. Bishop f5. They go. Say, let's just imagine they take back. They go bishop takes f5. And then I take with my rook. And then they could, for example, take that pawn, but then I could just take it with my knight. And I'd be blocking the open. Well, my knight would be pinned to my queen, so that's not wonderful or anything. Take, go here, take, 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 take. But I could move the queen pretty easily. Position it maybe here, hitting the weak pawn and also the rook. So I kind of like that. Let me just like play that out real quick. I visualized it already, but I'm gonna play it out. So I go here, they go here, take. And I was visualizing this, but like, are they really gonna want to do that? Like, I don't think I want to take that. What moves do they have available here? This doesn't look bad for them. It centralizes the queen pretty aggressively. I could attack it like that, though. All right, let's just say they take. Actually, in this case, instead of taking with the knight, probably just take with the rook. Let me check the engine real quick. Where's the position? Oh, this is like hugely winning for white, really. This is really for this is so good for white. Why is it not showing me the like recommended moves or whatever? It's not adjusting, so that's not correct. Okay, come on, dude. Let's do the thing. Okay. All right, yeah, this is somewhat favorable for me at least. What if they centralize their queen, like I said? It's not good for them. Okay. I mean, I was gonna do this though. I guess I don't know why that was good. But they wanted me to go like here. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Anyway. So I want to see if my idea what am I looking at here? What? So they wanted me to go here. Like, let's see, is this actually a good move or not? It seems like it's an acceptably okay move, but it's not especially good. And I don't think like I don't think my opponent would make that move. Like I see what it's doing. But I don't actually think they would make that move. So their suggestion was to go here, which wow, okay. Because I can pin that. Okay. So what I should probably recognize here is that this this bishop doesn't want to be pinned. Like they really don't want this bishop to be pinned. That's why they have to move it out of the way. Or move their queen out of the way. Like it can't quite decide, um but this move, oops, this move is good because like you're allowing yourself to take here with a threat on them, but you're also defending the pawn. Like let's say they just go do some random thing and then I take and they take back. Yeah, I mean they can't take back because it's a pawn, so they just can't do it. And right, like anyway. So I'm gonna write that down. I think bishop, what was it? Bishop e6. And my idea was bishop d7. No, I keep forgetting I'm black. Bishop f7 or f5. Sorry. So bishop f5 was okay, but not especially great. But so anyway, what I actually did was I blundered really badly, but they didn't notice, so they took back. Turn the engine off. And I ended up blundering somewhere else here. So let's see. They take the pawn. Oh, hey, later. Thanks for jumping in. I want to say I just took this. No, that's defended. Okay. So the queens are, yeah, I played my knight to here. Um, I think I'm worried. I'm worried about the battery a little bit. But the queen, like the queens are looking at each other. I mean, it's kind of. I remember having a real difficult time deciding what to do here. Because like part of the thing is these pieces are not playing. My pawns are just not moving or anything, so but like right now my queen is hanging, so I have to address that. Maybe it's better to block it with the bishop instead of blocking it with the knight. No, it's because the blocking with the knight allows the queen to move on the diagonal better. I'm gonna actually check if that was the right move or not. I don't. Um, oh, they want me to move my bishop. Is that right? This is an even position. Okay, so they wanted me to go here. That actually makes a good amount of sense because um, it just blocks, it just adds like a layer of defense here, and it also defends my queen. So I can see that being a very good move. This is 13. So that's something I've been trying to find on my own is like if you can find a move that does two things. So like this defends here and here. So it's like this. What is this? What does this do? This defends my queen, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. I guess it also defends the rook, but the rook's not really. The rook's going to be attacked by a pawn. Like you don't defend your rook with a knight against a pawn. That doesn't really count as defending. So this isn't, and this also is just, I'm just moving my knight into a pin. So I can see why that's incorrect. Anyway, I do this, they do this, they attack the rook. Um, at this point, what can I do? I haven't blundered yet, too badly at least. Um, and you can see the problem here is like I want to make a knight move, but now my bishop and my rook are stuck because I did this knight move. Um, this looks okay to me. I'm guessing that's the move I made. Yeah. And they go in here. Defends the bishop. Gets the queen more active. They're attacking. Um, yeah, this feels like a rough spot to be in. Like I don't really see any good move at all. Maybe moving the queen looks like the best thing I can do. I actually like the look of this right now. What do I end up doing? Okay. Was that a blunder? They go here. Um, I feel like I'm just kind of losing it right now. I don't really know what's going on anymore. I think I end up going here. Yeah. I know the notation's right here, but I'm not like it takes enough effort for me to parse notation that I can't like just see it out of the corner of my eye and know what's going on. I'm just thinking myself what is the best looking move here and it's what I ended up doing. That doesn't mean it's actually right. But this frees up the bishop. Maybe I'm okay with this move. They go here attacking my rook. I like the look of this to target that pawn, which is currently undefended. This bishop move looks good to me too. Maybe I should maybe just make the bishop move. Like, what do I do? Okay, I'm blundering at some point here. Is this a blunder? It looks like it is. Yeah, I remember this being a blunder. Because I didn't think like, well, what if I go here? Like, if I go here, what's their best move? I just was like, well, their queen has to get out of the. I just didn't see it. So what's a better move I can do here then? because this is under attack. Yeah, this is basically where I blundered. Is like I got under attack and I just like fell apart. Um, Maybe this is good. I don't mind the look of that. It's defended by that. It attacks the pawn. All right, I'll consider that as the. Well, let's go. What's their best move if I do that? I go here. What do they do? They just did that. Attack there. Oh yeah, they just take my rook. So that's not a good move. Yeah, I mean I have to address that. So yeah, I don't know. What if I go here and then they go, how much do they care about that pawn? How do they defend the pawn? They could do that if they really wanted to. That doesn't seem like a good move though. That actually just hangs the bishop. So this move seems strong to me. Do they have any aggressive thing they can do to punish this? I don't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna write that down then. I want to get through this. Like, I know it's important to do the analysis, but man, it's like bishop f5. Let's see what the engine said here. They want me to just take. Oh, it's fucking defended. Fuck, dude. That's crazy. I don't see that. Yeah, like it's defended. My knight is defending. So obviously, like the yeah, I just take it. Like what are they gonna do? Right, wait, they wanted to take it the wait, what? They said they take it with the rook, right? Either way, man, like I take with either piece, it should be fuck, I forgot what it said to do. God damn. They want to take it with the rook, okay, yeah. So yeah, I take with the rook, like then this is attacked and it's just good. Instead I do that, I do that, queen's attacked, rook's attacked, blunder, blunder, blunder. I'm gonna just I gotta turn the engine on now. I like there's only so much. Yeah, I don't really actually I'm not even blundered. This is still oh no, I'm looking at this is just massive blundering. This was hanging like maybe I shouldn't have the engine on yet. This still seemed like I could have analyzed something. Yeah, let's just turn the engine off. I feel like this knowing that I'm not actually like out of the game yet means I should actually analyze this without the engine. Okay. Um so they go here, I go here. Um they do this shit. And again, like it's pretty obvious at this point I'm just supposed to take this and start targeting. other stuff. And if they take that, whatever, you know, like, but I do this. I mean, let's say I went here, here, here. I don't know. Just imagine something like that. Like, how does this look for the opponent? I don't understand why this doesn't update properly. It really gets on my nerves. Okay, now it's done. This is good for me. Okay. So yeah, I wasn't even blundered yet. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. I wasn't even blundered yet. I was still fine. Like, even after all that. But so that's not what I did though. I brought my rook over here, tried to get their queen out. They counter threatened my queen, move out of the way, defending my rook. And this is when I started feeling like I just lost it. Like, okay, yeah, my what's it called? My bishop is just hung. But then then I realized that, well, their bishop is still hanging, so we're even. And then I was like, oh shit, but my my rook is gone. And I'm like, oh, but I can take this back with the check. And at this point, we're still even. All right, yeah. So this is still actually fine for me. Yeah, I just hung my queen. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to do these analyses, but I can't, like, I can't spend a million hours on each one either. Hey, look, I'm black again. Oh, I remember being very frustrated by this one because my opponent, like, did this nonsense opening. It felt like, or I guess it was just King's Indian. I don't know if this was King's Indian. Anyway, so like I don't know what I was doing, but I was trying to set up this because like this is under attack. I can't go there. So I wanted to just set that up. They allow me to take the center, so I take the center. And then they undevelop their knight. I mean, I don't know. And so I just did like I felt like I couldn't lose at this point. This was me setting this up here. Okay, I remember this was a really annoying thing where I was thinking to myself, well, do I want to win the rook or do I want to prevent them from castling? I have a feeling the engine's going to tell me that I need to prevent them from castling. And I decided to take the rook, even though I knew it was probably, yeah, they want me to do that. Look. And then this is 8.5 in my favor, man. I do this, which is still fine. Like, it probably didn't really matter which option I took here. But, it's all that really matters is the blunder that eventually happens, I guess. So I do this. They take my bishop. I take their rook. I'm up material. But of course, the problem is like, well, am I even? I'm up. I go up a pawn. They get now. They're up to. Now I'm up 4. Now I'm up 3. But my knight is hanging. So I counterattack their queen so they can't take my knight. Oh, and that's the blunder, right? Yeah, I just hung my knight when I did that. Okay. So here's where I'm supposed to do something else then. Also, let me write down here. Actually, I'm not even going to write down the bishop thing. I know I was supposed to take with the bishop and I didn't do it. So here, what should I do? I've got this rook defended, so it doesn't matter. This is under attack by a pawn. That's probably, I just need to move the knight. Maybe here. Or since I'm up material, maybe I just do this. I'm going to see what the engine says. They want me to move the knight. Okay. Good. I'm glad I found that. Game 4. This is yeah. 97 was best. 11. 87. What about my other line? What did I say? This? It's really bad also. Oh, because yeah, my knight gets hung in the end. Okay, makes sense. So was I complete? If I'm out of the game, I don't even want to keep looking. But apparently, I blundered this, and I was out of the game. But I got right back in it because they blundered again. But okay. So we'll look at these two blunders, and then I'll go over here and here or whatever. I don't know. Let's see. So they take that. I move my rook because it's under attack. I think that's probably correct. They take that hanging knight. Sure. So now I'm trying to push this pawn, I remember. Where am I just losing here? What was, oh, they're gonna blunder on the next move. Okay, cool. I'm getting too reliant on this engine. So this was a huge blunder from them. I don't know. How is this such a blunder? They undefended these squares. Don't see what I can do with that. I don't see it, man. Maybe this is a blunder because they have a really good thing they can do and they're not doing it. What would that be, though? Really tempted to just turn the engine on and figure this out. What do I do? This is a blunder. I remember at some point I just do this. Is that a good move right now? Because everything's defended. It just gets rid of the queen. I'm going to turn the engine on. I feel really... Oh, they want me to do that. Okay, it's a similar idea. But yeah, it's weird. They're saying I'm ahead right now. And then I do this and I'm just like not. So if I go here, what are they supposed to do? It's not going to tell me. So this was such a blunder. If they had gone here, they were just super winning still. I'm so confused, honestly. Like, and if I had, so this is attacking. Let's just see what they're saying here. I did this. Fucking Christ, dude. I don't understand it. Um, I do this. They accept the trade, and I'm just super. I'm ahead. I'm not super ahead. I need to try to understand. This is such a big swing for something that doesn't seem. Because it's confusing to me. It's like they want to go there. Imagine. Because the thing that confuses me is if this move is so bad, it's like, why why does it not seem to have any bearing on what happens? Like, or like if this move is so good, and then when they do it, it's like, I guess this attack has to be somehow. Let's just pretend I play a bad move. God damn, dude. Well, yeah. I'm trying to find a move that actually uses this bishop somehow, and it doesn't seem like it's happening. All right, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to play a game. It's kind of frustrating. Like I'm willing to do the analysis, but I'm not when it's like I'm just confusedly trying to figure out what the computer is telling me. It's just like I don't know, man. Like, but I do need to go back and look at that game again at some point. I'm trying to avoid doing this thing where I just like angrily play more games because okay, I get to be white finally. I'll take it. Yeah, my rating is way down. Like, okay, they're gonna do what is this? The French defense? I think the French defense was here. I don't even know what this is. This is probably gonna just be like. All right. I'm always gonna take the center if they allow me to do it. Even though I know like their opening is gonna anticipate this or whatever, but and now I'm not playing an opening but that I know, but that's fine. Okay. I would like to go here, I think. Or why not just go here? My queen will get opened up. I go there, take opens up the queens, which isn't good. Um, take, yeah. So that's why I don't do that. Okay. Um, all right, I'll just develop the knight then. That's not a good move, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to make sure like when my opponent does like non-principled stuff that I just play principle, opening principles. Okay. So my knight is pinned, but I want to castle really fast anyway. I was looking at this check. I don't think it's any good though. Like actually now that they move that bishop, they can still block it with a knight. I don't like making developing moves that give my opponent free development. Um, I do want to move this bishop though, so I don't hate putting it here, targeting that. Yeah, let's just play very overly. The only thing there is they can go like that, which is kind of annoying, but I could always just follow it back maybe, or just take. Okay. I've been trying to autopilot a little bit more on the opening stuff like this when I've heard a lot of advice is like if you just play a developing move, but once they have like actual threats out, you have to be a lot more careful. Okay. So I want a castle, but let's make sure I'm not getting like wrecked by something here. This is being targeted, but it's defended. This little thing could be annoying maybe, but I don't think it really, let's see. They go there, I take with the pawn, they take with a knight. The thing is once their queen enters this defense, so like they come here, I take with pawn, they take with knight, I take with bishop, they take with queen. No, this is defending it. Okay. I'm just gonna castle. By the way, in my mind I was pinned, so I needed to castle, but my queen is pinned, not my king. Not that it was bad to castle quickly, but that wasn't, I was completely incorrectly assessing the board state. I said, "Oh, I'm pinned," and just thought it was my king, but it wasn't. All right, so they do that. What if I take? So we have to be really careful with this queen stuff. Take, take. Their queen is opened. This is actually really good because this is pinned. I'm thinking of doing this, or even just this maybe. That blocks the bishop, so probably this. Can I get hit by any knights then? Yes, I can. Block. Also, this looked reasonably okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I think this just adds like another piece to the fight. Um, it also connects my queen to my rooks. I didn't really ask myself what is my opponent's best move after this, which I really should have. Hopefully, there's nothing too good. The main problem was like this piece isn't really defended that well. It's only attacked one. It's attacked twice, defended once because this is pinned. I'm kind of tempted to go here. If they ever move that queen, I can fork them. They're gonna castle though. Um, what about this move? They only have their knight on that square. I have 3 pieces hitting it. This just seems like a good move. Oh no, this is defending it too. They have, but I have 3 attackers. They have. Why am I losing track of stuff so hard? They have one piece hitting that square. I have 3. It has to be good, right? I don't know how I'm going to deal with that bishop on g4. Um, I don't want to chase it down with my pawns because my king is there. So, like in theory, it's just prevent like my knight and bishop and his bishop are canceling each other out. But I think in in reality, I need to move my queen. Okay, they go backward. That's got to be good for me. Um, I mostly didn't want to do that because it blocked my bishop, and bishop is out now. So maybe I just make that move and then look at. Or I could even try to start pawn storming now. I think it's probably better to get my queen to safety before I do that. The next move is probably going to be castling. If I had, I could do this now too. Actually, hold on. Ooh, that's like they just move a pawn. Actually, no, because I have a pawn. Hold on, hold on. Okay. So if I go here, they can't move their queen because they're pinned. They castle. I take their queen. If they move their queen here, they lose their queen. Oh, they can't move their queen. Um, so they move that pawn, and then I take with this pawn, and then they take with this pawn. It's probably good. It's just destroying their pawn structure, right? I'm removing a defender from here. It's still got 2 defenders. Let's see, they have. So if I went here and they just immediately attacked, well, then I would just take their queen. So this has to be good. I'm thinking about going more aggro here because their queen is just stuck. Like what if I just move my queen here? They take, I take. Then they'll just queen trade, and then it's not really good for me because I'm down a bishop. So I just need to move this. Probably here. This looks like kind of okay because this is a sort of open diagonal, but it won't be for long. And now they don't really even want a castle here, I don't think. Maybe it's okay. Probably they're better just to leave the king here. They just undefended that. I don't see a way to target it though. This is still pinned. Hmm. Is this bishop going to be trapped maybe? Go here. This is basically a pinned pawn, by the way. So I could go here if I wanted. It's just like take, take, take. My queen gets centralized. No, then it's not. That's not truly pinned because they'll take my queen. I think I want to move my queen like here. Let's just do that. I want to get out of that pin, and I want to bring my rooks in if I can. And this gets me at least on like a diagonal. Okay. They're going to castle on this side then, it looks like. What if I go here? The rook is going to be defending it. I'm tempted to go here. I don't really know what I'm doing with that. It just feels like I'm infiltrating or something, but like there's not really a square to go to from that position, especially after they castle. I'm trying to find some kind of way to punish them for not castling yet, but I don't seem to be able to get it. I just do this. Then I'm walking into another pin. I don't like that. I'd love to get rid of this bishop somehow. Here. They might just take in response, which would be pretty annoying for me. There's like nowhere to bring this knight to. I could route it over here. Nah. I keep thinking about this move. Take. No, it doesn't work. I already calculated it. I can't push my pawns on this side because I have all my pieces blocking them. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I don't know what else to do. It should be a useful move. They castle as expected. Okay. I almost wonder if this is just worth doing because it will get my rook in on them. It feels wrong. Take, take, take. You know what? I'm going to try it. I just want to be more aggressive. I'll be up a pawn and my rook will be in on them. And my pieces are, I have more control of their side of the board. It should be a good position to have. I'm not, and I'm looking at like my bishop is pretty good. Oh, they don't do it. Okay. Hmm. That's interesting. What if I go here now? They can just take with their knight. I can do this now though. Like that's why I wanted to get that pawn out. Now I have more like control if they take there and I take there. Oh, they did this because they have control of that square via the dude. I don't like this move because they get a discovered attack with their bishop. God, this is like a tight situation where if I fuck up at all, I'm going to lose the game. Okay. What about this? No, they still have two fucking knights there. Okay. What about no? This is hanging. I kind of dislike that. It's like, sure, it's hanging, but is that gonna... What if I just take, then they take back with their knight? Or no, they take back with their rook because their rook is then defended. So that's pretty good for them. So I don't want to take. Um, Going back to this, I guess if they discovered attack me, I just take their bishop. So I'm gonna go here. They're gonna go, and this attacks their queen. So they have to address this somehow. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. I don't want to use more time than I have already. Never stops happening. Stuff like this. Although their queen is hanging, they hung their queen. So I overlooked this, unfortunately. I didn't see that. But they didn't see this. So it sucks that I didn't see that, but the thing is, I looked at the whole situation and said, well, if they have to address this, their queen is hanging. So, like, yes, I blundered technically, but I think I'm coming out way on top here. Mm. Part of me just wants to fall all the way back and consolidate, but it's probably way stronger to do this. I'm just worried my queen's going to get trapped somehow. I'm still going to go for the move that seems the smartest. Um, my queen has a ton of room to move. It should be able to get away from any kind of attack. Yeah, very frustrating that I didn't notice that I was moving that knight was allowing the bishop to take my rook. I failed to check the bishops enough. Like, okay, so they're attacking my knight or my queen, and this pawn is hanging. Anything else good hanging? I mean, I got to remember my queen is dead if I don't move it, so I don't want to be too tricky here, but taking a hanging pawn looks good. Yeah. I'd like to actually form some kind of game plan here, as instead of just like I don't think I can force a checkmate here when they have all this crap defending their king. What I probably should do is move my pieces more toward the king's side and then push pawn storm on the queen's side. Because I'm up so much material, like that should be a theoretical thing where I can just tie their pieces up on defense and just have my pawns run amok because they have like no pawns left. Okay, that's attacking my bishop, but my bishop is defended. I'm actually very tempted to just do this. No, 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 because that's defended by the knight. Okay. Good thing I didn't do that. Just maybe start targeting pawns. I don't know. That feels like short-sighted somehow. This is... I should just trade here. I don't really want to trade my bishop off, though. But I will. I think I'm just up so much material. I should trade. I'm gonna move this because... Oh, it's fucking hanging on the bit. Fuck, damn it, dude. I was moving it because I want to move my knight here. They're gonna notice that. It's pretty annoying. Or it's hanging like that too. Wow, why not? Okay. Just hanging twice. I can just do that now, though. I have to be careful about back rank mate at this moment. Actually, my queen is hanging, so I need to defend. Oh god, there's no way to defend it. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. What am I going to do then? Yeah, this is actually a checkmate, and my queen is hanging. Just can never fucking win a game. Okay, what do I do? Is there anything I can do here? Oh, it's not. My knight is gloriously defending the checkmate. Okay, so I'm fine. That was a close. Just take the pawn, maybe. I gotta move the queen, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna take the pawn. I need to play faster. There's no interval here. I have, like, this is exactly how much time I have, so... Okay, we're gonna move this here. No, we're not, because we'll get checkmated. I need to, like, do this or something to get out of the checkmate. This is just hanging. How did I not notice that? How long was that hanging for? Just that turn, okay. I mean, I could have just taken it right away, right? They still have two rooks. I have to be relatively careful about that. Um, Right now, if they don't move those rooks, I'm taking the rook with the rook, and then that other, they just lose at that point. Okay, so they saw that. But they didn't see that, I guess. I'm looking at just doing this. They want to go. They've got nothing, right? Is that threatening? What? It's just checkmate, right? Okay. Um, like I'm gonna turn the engine. I have to set the habit of just not having the engine on when I do these analyses. I'm just gonna do this game and then I'm done. Like this took forever. I'm not gonna write anything down right now either. I just want to look through it. Oh, hey, Salty Capital is up. Didn't know anyone was even in here, but yeah, I was really happy with this game. There was a moment. I mean, the thing is, like, there's a lot of games where I can tell my opponent is playing like shit and I still lose. This game, they were playing like shit and I won. But like, considering that I lose a lot of games where my opponents are playing really bad, even though you didn't see the X-ray on the rook, I still think knight takes this. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like right, and that's kind of what I ended up thinking was that because I saw that their queen was hanging, like their queen they needed to address the queen being taken or they were fucked, and Like if I had seen that the rook was hanging, I would have been like, well, if they take my rook, I take their queen. I would have probably still made the move. But the fact that like I made the move and I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do? And then I see a thing happen that I didn't see at all, and it's just like it's just kind of like a slap in the face, like, hey dude, your board vision sucks ass. Like, sure, I got the right move, but you know, just like the fact that I can't see a bishop doing stuff is not a good. That's how I lose a lot of games. It just so happened that it didn't lose me this game, but it's not. It's still a problem that I have to try to fix. Yeah, the engine is. So I'm trying not to use it so much, but it is a really useful tool for me because it shows me things that I don't notice, and I have to like try to do this hybrid thing where I don't look at it and then I look at it and okay. This was another one where I was like thinking that my king was pinned and it wasn't. Maybe I could have done a different move here. I don't know. I considered giving a check here, but I thought they were just like I didn't like this. This felt to me like I'm giving them a free developing move, even though the knight is pinned. Yeah, I wish there was like a way to set the engine to like a level, like show me certain tactics that are I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I wish it would just show you like the less cut out some of the really crazy things because like that's not helping me, you know. I don't know. Maybe this isn't so bad for me because they block their queen. Their knight is pinned. They look really cramped. This looks like it's very strong. And then even if they try to kick it out, like it doesn't seem so bad for me. But I did that. They developed the knight anyway. I castle. I feel like I'm too tired to analyze this properly, but I'm gonna just try to do it. And I liked this X-ray here. Or skewer. Whatever, this is skewer, right? I don't know. Excuse me. All right, so this is me getting out of the pin. I feel like I should have been looking more to set up a battery. Like, let's see, when they... I guess I was pretty far off doing that. Like, I only was really capable of doing that after the bishop fell back. So, and I started doing it right there. So let's see. But like here, what if I had gone like, let's say here? Like, how are they reacting to that? Just castle, maybe. Yeah, I think that's why I didn't do the X-ray because I remember I was saying the rook is going to be here if I do it. So this doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, it just doesn't really do anything as far as I can see. I still like this idea. Like the fact that they didn't trade tells me I was correct, sort of, at least against them. And it allowed me to just get a ton of like temp. Yeah, here's where I didn't see that. Let's see what the engine says here. I'm curious if they yeah they don't agree with us. They want to just take the queen here. All right, let's look at that. So they want me to take the queen. I would have to assume that would they want then to take with the knight here. Yeah, this doesn't look so good for me. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really look that good for me. So maybe not. I don't know. It's saying I'm really good here. I'm like pretty good here. They want me to take the hanging thing. Why would the oh, okay, I see. Let's defend it. I don't know, they like that for me, but I don't quite get it. Okay, I'm really tired. I'm gonna look at this chart thing really quick. Where are we now? This is like my only major blunder apparently the entire game. I had one blunder. Let's see what it was. Oh, this was the blunder, by the way. So this was bad because they want to take here. And then I take back, and then they take back. Yeah, and basically I give up the open file, etc., etc. So, like this, this was just them being an idiot, and I'm just trying to like get an idea of why did I do that? Okay, I lost. Anyway, so that was my major blunder, but it was a really big blunder. Um, like if my opponent had just thought for like 3 seconds, I think. You know, like it wasn't the kind of position where when you have queens that are takeable, like they just saw, oh look, the rook is hanging, and it's like dude, you can't let that happen, right? Like um especially like when I made this move, like okay, I'm attacking you, like but so what was I think like what was I thinking here? Did I really I just said, okay, cool, I'm attacking the bishop and I'm attacking the queen, and I'm like, yeah, cool. But the thing is, yeah, I'm attacking the queen, but once they take like once they take my queen, it's not like I can take the bishop anymore. I have to do this, right? And then like you just get this really And this is actually defended anyway, so it just is this position that's not really good at all for me. So and I do that a lot. Like I overthink these trade situations where it's like, okay, I'm supposed to fucking do the thing that I initiated, which is getting control of that. I even remember talking. I think I talked about this during the game. I said, look, if I trade and they block their rook. I think I remember saying that. I don't know, but now like the queens are off the board and I have control of everything. It feels like so. I don't know. I'm sure I could have still blundered from here, but if they had done the correct thing and put me in that position, I think it would have been really hard for me to win from there. So once again, the engine kind of takes the satisfaction out of the win, but I'll accept it, I guess.